A year ago today, I was in jail. First time I've ever been to jail. Yeah, it's the first time. 2 years ago today. Did I say a year ago?
Yes, you did.
Oh, a year ago today, I was not.
I was
in
like,
jail.
where was I?
Somebody. No, just kidding.
Wow.
I didn't tell you about that one.
I was going to wait for a second.
I'm on the
have
lam.
you correct.
Yeah, 2 years ago today. Yeah, it's the first time I ever been in jail, and that was crazy. And I think that was part of God's plan too. And I mean, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You watched movies.
Yeah, but I mean, people were like, "Man, I'm so glad you're in here. This is the most fun I've ever had in jail before." They've said that to me, like 3 or 4 people, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to pass time." And I don't remember. I don't know. It was just a hot mess. And then this one guy tried to slap me because I took his toilet paper because they had like little rolls. We had one roll of toilet paper, and Barron County Jail is a joke. They should be sued more often, by the way. Just throwing that out there for taxpayers in Southwest Michigan that are like, "Wow, how are we paying all these taxes for the jail?" Well, it's because they're getting sued. But anyway, off of that one now. So, yeah, so this toilet paper roll, I'm like, man, I'm not sitting on that toilet because there's no seats and anything. So I'm not sitting on that toilet, and the concrete is just hurting my ass. So, can't give us toilet paper. So I wiped this seat off, and dude was like, "No, I ain't gonna give you my toilet paper." And so I just got up and I took it. And then when I took it, he got up like he was Billy Badass and he was going to do something. He tripped over this dude that was laying on the floor and he fell. I don't know. If he would have slapped me, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have just been like, "Did you just effing slap me? Like, what are you doing?" But I don't know. I just kind of looked at him and hit the floor. And then another dude grabbed him and was like, "Yo, Pookie, don't be doing that up in here." And I gave him his toilet paper back. I was like, "Here, man, just needed a little bit. Thanks." You can be the toilet paper keeper. So when people need a shit, they can come talk to you. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I think he's trying to use it as a pillow or something, but yeah. But it was crazy though. When I got out, it was so like it didn't scare me that, hey, you just went to jail and you're facing like who knows what. It didn't scare me until I got home and I saw my car was smashed. And the light, front right light was smashed. Mm-hmm. And, my mom had said something on the phone about it, and I was like, "What?" Because I was convinced that I was not driving. Mm-hmm. And when you're faced with that, that's when it got scary for me, when I was like, holy hell, like, I am so glad I made it home. Like, it was in my parking spot in my apartment complex, and I remember a dude just coming to my window going, "What are you doing?" And it was killed some people. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You're drunk." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm drunk." I'm like, "What are you doing?" And I don't remember what I was doing. And so I was like, I wasn't driving. To my recollection, I was just sitting in my car, maybe listening to music. I don't know why I would do that, but I was in my pajama pants and a t-shirt. It was snowing out. And so I got out of the car, and dude keeps going on. I'm like, "Well, why don't you call the cops then?" And he's like, "I will." Well, good. I'll stand here and wait for him. Which I did. And, obviously a cop came and he was looking at me like, "I don't know what to do," but I was like, "Well, you can't take me to jail. You can't take me to jail." Got a little trip to jail then. And when I got back home too, I walk in, right there on the counter, a full half gallon. My vape, my phone, my wallet, all that was left at home. Like, I don't know what I was doing in my car, but that's the scary part of it. What was I doing in my car? Like, I am not a drunk driver. Well, I guess I was that night, but when you take time off from drinking, and I've heard this about other drugs too, you try to go back and hit it just as hard as what you would before. Like, and that's when I started having the blackouts. And, that night I remember I was drinking and I thought, oh, this is what they mean by hallucinations, because the Brady Bunch was in my apartment. I was like, oh, wow, like this, I thought it was kind of cool. I was like, I knew it was fake. I knew it really wasn't happening, but it was happening. I could see them. You know, it was really weird. And I was like, wow, like the acid was supposed to make this happen. And that's it. That's all I remember. And then coming to in the car, I guess coming to, but I was never really sleeping or out, but it's what I needed though. The consequence. And then obviously if I get out of jail and half gallon sitting there, you know, bad things, and then back to jail. And that's when I wasn't handling things correctly. That's when a bad situation would hit me and I wouldn't make good choices, obviously. Like earlier we were talking. But I don't know what it would have snapped me out of it though, if not that. You know, having some consequences. Like somebody just saying, hey man, you can do it, bro. Or, you know, write down 10 things that you want to do this year. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I would tell somebody, I guess. If you had to come see, let's role play. Okay, you have to come see me. I'm in the hospital. I'm in a bed. And my little hospital gown is green.
Oh, okay. So this is when you were just from your what? Taken from jail? I mean, from your apartment?
No. No.
Mr. Winfield.
Yeah, it's just that I'm...
Mr. Winfield.
My mama brought me up there because I was
I'm trying to talk to you in your hospital bed.
Oh, sorry. Ready to go.
Mr. Winfield.
Oh, well, I just want to die. I don't want to be here anymore. I've hurt too many people.
That's how you were going to start off this?
Yeah, usually I'm crying when I say this.
Really?
In the past, yeah. I'm just not worth enough piece of shit.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to introduce myself, right?
Jerry, are you Mrs. Winfield?
Oh, my God. Well, first I would probably, I mean, I'm not going to do the whole role play thing, but no, I'm
Why?
not, because
people like it. They really like my hunting story from
I know, that's what
15th.
I'm afraid of. That's the problem, is because you're not going to take it seriously.
No,
but in situations like that, I mean, obviously, you can't really, this is what I was talking about, my problem with issues when people would come into the hospital room and try to talk. There's a time and a place where you're going to be receptive to real information. And you laying in a hospital bed all sobby and talking, you know what I mean? First off, if you talk about committing suicide, that's automatically, you shouldn't be in that hospital bed. You should be in the psych ward. So,
which they will send you.
Which they will send you to.
But no, I would say that all the time. They'd be like, you don't really want to die. I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to be alive no more.
I know you're in a lot of pain, and I know that things, you know, seem like they're really bad right now. That's when you try to get them some sleep and, you know, talk to them when you're feeling better.
So do you think having recovery coaches in the hospital is a good idea then? Or
I think it is. I think it is. I mean, you know, I've been in all different kinds of stages of ridiculousness when I've been in the hospital. Sometimes I'm totally functioning and I just don't feel well. But the reasons why I would go to the hospital when I was trying to, I literally was trying to stop drinking a lot of the times. And I had that fear of you can die from a seizure. It's not because I really felt like death after a seizure. I felt like death all the time. But it's because it was like drummed into my head over and over and over by medical personnel and by my family. Like, you could die from this. Like, your life could end just, you know, from having these seizures that you have. And so I could actually kind of sometimes feel like when I was coming down that this is kind of like how I felt before I had my last seizure. And so that scared me enough to go to the hospital. So there's different stages, but there's sometimes people, they really just need rest. I mean, I think recovery coaches obviously should know well enough, you know, the state of somebody. And even if they just pop in and like show their face and tell them who they are and, you know, I'm going to wait till you're feeling better and I'll come visit you again. Maybe we can talk.
Yeah.
Timing's a big one. I think timing is incredibly critical to being heard. Because you can have all the most awesome things to say in the world to somebody, the most inspirational, moving, sensible, you know, things to share. And if they're not in a place to actually hear them, like for real, hear what you have to say, it's just wasting your breath. I'm not saying be mad at them for that. You just need to, just say maybe we can talk when you're feeling better or when you're ready.
I think that's what's so important too about 217 recovery rides is when we pick somebody up and give them a ride home from treatment center, 9 times out of 10, they're in a good spot already. Mm-hmm. They have a plan, and just to reinsure that, and there's nothing for a recovery coach to beat into anybody's head. You don't have to do that, but to have a conversation with them and let them do the talking. It opens up, and you just kind of give them a little bit more fuel. Here you go, yeah, man. Like it's not just, hey, you're out of the treatment center now, poof, go fight the world. It's, hey, I'm out of the treatment center, and I just got to ride home from this cool dude named Corey Winfield or somebody awesome from 217 recovery. Yeah. And they're just thrilled, and they feel special, and they feel like they just met Corey Winfield. Most of them that meet me are like that, I think.
Well, I mean, along the same lines. No, but along the same lines, I think it's even more critical for the ride there. Mm-hmm. Because first off, they've made that final movement into actually getting into a vehicle, and they've got a spot ready for them at a treatment center. And 9 times out of 10, maybe that's probably not the place they really want to be at that moment. And so that's the tough one, is to kind of just put their, mind at ease, like, hey, you're making the right decision. Also, to get I wrap their head around the fact that, this is just like going to be a brief moment of your, of your life. This is just like a little tiny, in the whole scheme of things, this is just a slice of your time. And what better things do you have to do, other than what you have been doing, which obviously hasn't been working out for you. And that, what do you have to lose? Like, hear what these people have to say, try, see what there is that you can learn about and change, and just, you need to be open and willing. And if you can just say that you can do that, like, I'll try, and then to have that mindset when you get there that things can change.
Yeah, some people are like that. Some people, well, I had one person tell me that because they were offered a ride by their a family member who really wasn't too excited about it. And this person was so relieved that they were able to get transportation through us. And, he said it was just going to be more yelling and preaching on the way there from somebody who, he said, didn't have an addiction problem. So it was
that's where that right there is.
Right, but it's a family member, so it's like the tough love, and this person was just like, yes, I'm so glad that you're taking me and not the family member, because it would have been 3 hours of just beat down, like more resentment to even go into this place, to where that person could leave this all stuff behind. And as soon as they get in my car or 217 ride, it's poof.
Yeah, and you don't make anybody talk. That's the thing. I mean, if they want to talk, that's great. If they want to sleep, that's fine too. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that if words are exchanged, they don't have. It's a very safe, and it's not threatening, comfortable. Ride.
I had a guy too tell me, he's like, I don't know if I'm ready to stop doing drugs. I like getting high. It's like, well, it's going to keep repeating itself. Like, you're not going to be the only person that, oh, yeah, you got high and you had just a wonderful life. Everything, you live till you're 90 and rich as hell and never going to jail again. Like, just worked out perfect for you. But, until he's ready, hey, just keep learning. You're still going to this facility. Just take in some stuff. And I asked him about previous experiences, and he's like, yeah, I went to this place in Petoskey that was great. And, I met Roy, and I know Roy.